Everybody's hyped about generating images with ChatGPT. Indeed, since about a month or so, you can now generate images directly in ChatGPT, and it's not using the good old DALL-E, but rather using GPT-4o's model, which is an Omni model, to generate the photos from scratch. And these images, let me tell you, are really, really good. They are ultra realistic if you want them to be. They can generate text, long pieces of text without mistakes. And the sad part is that most people only use that feature to follow along the latest trend they've seen online, right? To make yourself as a Lego or as a Ghibli style character. And because you can do so much more, I decided to give a call back to my good friend Tianyu, with who I created the DALL-E master course last year. And I told him, hey Tianyu, should we come up with the next course, which would be about GPT-4o image generation? And of course, Tianyu said yes, and this is where we are. Today, in this tutorial, I want to give you a taste of what you will find in our new course on Udemy, ChatGPT Image Generation Master Course. So the project for today is to generate a comic strip, about 4 pages of a comic book entirely with ChatGPT and Sora. So if you are interested, if you want to learn how to use AI to create visuals that actually work for you, not just the latest hype, I suggest you follow along. All right, guys, let's get into it. This is going to be a fun tutorial, easy to follow along. And again, you don't need a ChatGPT Plus or paid account to follow along. What I'm going to show you can be done with the free version of ChatGPT. So this is important. First thing first, let's see kind of like what I'm trying to achieve, okay? So when we launched our course, Tianyu created this comic strip with AI, with ChatGPT and Sora. So you see, we have 3 characters with the white cat right here, Tianyu and Ronnie. And the story is pretty interesting. It's the story of the white cat who was acting for us in our DALL-E course, but he refuses to take part of the new course, the ChatGPT image generation course. But fortunately, the waiter, Mr. Bobby, right here, the husky, overheard our conversation and decided to volunteer to be the actor for our course. So that's exactly what happened. We created the entire course with a new actor, a new character called Bobby the Husky, who dreamed of becoming a chef. So you see here, white kitty is at the beach enjoying a nice sangria, while Husky, or Bobby the Husky, is working. And 3 weeks later, the course is ready. And yeah, white cat is a little bit tanned already, but anyway. So what you see here is a comic strip, a few pages. So this is exactly what we are trying to achieve with this tutorial. So not exactly that story, but the story of what happened during the shooting of this course with Bobby the Husky. All right, so that's what's on the menu. Just remember that what I'm going to teach you today is a little piece, just a little sample of what you would learn in our latest master course on Udemy called the ChatGPT Image Generation Master Course. The course is about 3 hours long, 7 sections, and as always, we've left most of section 1 free to preview, so you can get in there and simply watch a few of the lectures of the course to discover the table of content, for example, but also the purpose, the reason why we created this course. So this will give you a nice taste. In the course, we'll teach you everything you need to know to create realistic images with ChatGPT and Sora. We'll show you how to use it to create stories, comics, videos even. The last section is about moving from images to animated videos with AI videos. So it's a real master course. It's brand new with the latest updates of ChatGPT. So I will leave a link in the description so that you can get the course at the best available price on Udemy. And I believe this will be $9.99, okay, or the equivalent in your area. So like I said, the link will be in the description. It will be valid for only 5 days. At this price, the link will still work, but there might be a higher price, slightly higher price, if you're not within the 5 first days. All right, now, that being said, let's get into today's tutorial. Let's jump into the project and create that comic strip with AI. So the first step would be to generate the characters. Okay, so we are going to build a story. I have 3 characters in mind. So that would be me, Ronnie, would be Tianyu, my co-instructor. That would be the husky, Bobby. We are the 3 heroes of that course creation story after all. So let's jump into ChatGPT. I want to run you through all of the prompts that I have created right here so you understand the process of me coming up with my characters in the desired style that I wanted for my comic strip. So what I have here is my LinkedIn profile photo. Okay, so I just simply went to my LinkedIn profile and saved this photo to my hard drive. I uploaded it via the little plus button right here in ChatGPT. And by all means, this is my ChatGPT Plus account. So this is a paid account, but this will work with the free version of ChatGPT. The difference between the free and the paid versions of ChatGPT in terms of image generation is that you will have a lower number of images you can generate per day. I believe with the free version, it will vary from 3 to 7, 8 images per day. With ChatGPT Plus or ChatGPT Pro, there is no limit to the number of images you can generate per day. So that is ChatGPT. And you will see a bit further in the tutorial, you can also use Sora, which is the video generation platform from OpenAI. But you can also use Sora to generate images using the same technology. So there's no separate model built in Sora. It's still GPT-4o, the exact same model that you will be using here within ChatGPT. So a few things you need to do before you start prompting, like I have right here, is to make sure you are using the GPT-4o model. So if you are on a paid version, you still have the choice of choosing or picking the model right here. But if you are on the free plan, let me switch over this other window right here. You see a different profile picture. This is my ChatGPT free plan. So if you're on a free plan and you click on the model drop-down arrow right here, you don't see any models that you can pick. So just make sure you are using ChatGPT. By default, this will be GPT-4o. So you can do the same thing. You can generate images the same way. Me, because I'm used to working with my paid account, I will continue the rest of the tutorial. Unless I need to show you stuff that you can not do on the free plan, I will continue working with my ChatGPT Plus account. So what I did, I uploaded this profile picture by using simply the little plus here, upload from my computer. Then I found the profile picture I downloaded and I asked, full body portrait of a man wearing a black t-shirt, blue jeans, and tortoise glasses, salt and pepper hair and beard in the style of modern comics. And I got this image. It kind of looks like me, but it's not the aesthetic I'm looking for. I wanted something that resembles more the original comics I showed you earlier. So obviously, this is not the same style. So I had to modify my prompt in order to get this kind of style. Okay, so what I did, and this is one of the benefits of working in ChatGPT versus working in Sora, and you will see in a minute what I mean. But in ChatGPT, you can use the power of the normal ChatGPT features, like the large language model features, and just ask for information outside of the image generation process. So here I uploaded this screenshot of my comic strip, and I asked, how would you describe this style of drawing or comics? And ChatGPT gave me an answer. This comic style can be described as a wholesome chibi with a modern anime flair, with a lot of details. So you could call it modern kawaii storytelling, perfect for educational or explainer content that feels fun, smart, and super approachable. So that's great. I now had a better term, so modern kawaii storytelling, to replace my style right here that I said in the style of modern comics. You see, because I said modern comics, I got this result. But now I'm going to prompt again right here. And instead, I'm going to use modern kawaii storytelling. And this is the image that I got. So much closer to the original comic strip generated by Tianyu. So I was pretty happy. Now, 1 out of 3, I've got Ronnie. So now I uploaded Tianyu's profile picture. Okay, great. Now let's generate a similar portrait of this man in the same modern kawaii storytelling style. So you see, I'm repeating the style name. So ChatGPT has absolutely no margin for error. It's going to use the same style to make the photo of Tianyu. And I got this image. Now, this is not bad, but it's not exactly the same style as this one. I feel like this one is a little bit more refined, more detailed than this one. But this one is a simpler version of the first one. I tried again. I say try again. This second drawing seems less detailed. Generate a full body portrait of the man with the black shirt, so Tianyu, in the same consistent style as the man with salt and pepper hair in the reference image, so this one. And I uploaded again the two images, but this time I uploaded my first comic version of me as the reference image, and then again Tianyu's profile picture. And this one I was happy with. It's much closer to my own character in the same style. It even uses the same pose, the same background. All right, next I needed to generate Bobby, the husky. All right, so I have this image taken from the course, and if you wonder how to generate an image like this, well, you will find out in the course. And I uploaded this as a reference, okay? Once again, using the plus button here, upload files, and I just went to search for it. And I asked, generate a similar full body portrait of this husky dog wearing a chef suit in the same modern kawaii storytelling style. There you go. I have my third character, Bobby the chef, in the same kawaii style. All right, so I'm pretty happy. That was step one, to generate each of the characters individually for my story, for my comics, so that I can use them as reference for the rest of the prompting process, but also building up the rest of the story. Let's move on to step number two. Step two is all about creating that story. So I'm going to be using ChatGPT to help me kind of refine my idea. So this is the entire conversation. I started very generically, okay? So I'm going to read the prompt very quickly, the first prompt, and you can pause the video, read the entire thing if you want. But I started like this. Generate a 4-page comic strip story featuring 3 characters. Ronnie, a content creator with a large YouTube channel and a Udemy following. Tianyu, an AI expert who knows a lot about image and video generation and ChatGPT, and then Bobby, a young husky who volunteered to act in Ronnie and Tianyu's new course about image generation. The plot, okay, so Ronnie and Tianyu are producing a new course for Udemy about generating images with ChatGPT and Sora. Bobby has volunteered to be their new model to generate all sorts of images for the course. The comic strip should be about the shooting of the course between the 3 characters. And some drama and challenges should happen, you know, with a happy ending. Bobby agreed to be the main character for the shooting. Okay, so that's kind of like giving ChatGPT some context. And then it gave me some ideas. Here's a playful 4-page comic strip layout detailing the course, etc., etc. So page 1, panel 1, wide shot of a bride studio. Ronnie stands by a camera, Tianyu adjusts the lights, Bobby, the husky, sits in a director's chair wearing a little scarf. So you see, it gave me panel per panel, a little bit of a plot, like something that could happen. Page 1, page 2, page 3, page 4. And again, you can pause the video, read all of this, but that wasn't exactly what I wanted at this stage. So I followed up with this prompt. I like it, but that's too much text and panels. Let's reduce the amount of content to 2 panels max per page, okay? We can also have pages with single panels, so full page image. Maybe a total of 10 panels for the entire story, because I realized what ChatGPT generated first was pages with a lot of content and a lot of text, which I didn't want my comic to be that complex, to be honest. So that's good. I ended up with also, let's reduce the amount of text per panel so it's not too confusing. And for generating this script, I'm using a different model here with my ChatGPT paid account. Instead of GPT-4o, I went for o4 mini, which is a bit more advanced in terms of reasoning. But if you don't have access to this one, if you only have the free version of ChatGPT, that's completely fine. You will be by default using the GPT-4o model, which is almost as good. So because I'm using a reasoning model here, it thought for 5 seconds and gave me a bit of a more detailed plot with less text and less panels. So panel 1, Ronnie and Tianyu set up a camera and lights. Bobby the husky sits on a stool looking up, etc., etc. So we have all of the pages here. And I continue. So it gave me an idea here, actually. Page 3, at some point during the shooting in the studio light suddenly flickers and goes dark. Ronnie and Tianyu look up, startled. Oh, power surge. And this reminded me of something that actually happened right here in Spain last last week. We had a massive nationwide power outage that lasted half a day. So the entire country, and even Portugal and the south of France, were without electricity for half a day. So I really like ChatGPT's idea here of introducing this power outage into my story. And so I leveraged that by continuing up with this prompt. I like the idea of a power outage. Ronnie lives in Spain and they had a nationwide outage last week. So let's explore that as the main drama of the story. Let's start with the panel planting the scene. Bobby is going to be acting for the new course. Then we can see Bobby dressed up in different outfits according to prompts Tianyu is giving him, and Ronnie is still filming each scene. Then all of a sudden there's a power outage, then it goes black. All are startled and the characters found a workaround to finish the course. Then, several hours later, power comes back, and the last scene is the course is finally ready to publish. Okay, so you see, I got inspired by ChatGPT's idea of a power outage. Okay, so based on that, I kind of injected my own ideas. By all means, guys, this is the best way to use AI. Don't just take whatever it gives you, it produces for you for granted and go and roll with that. Always mix it up with your own ideas. Okay, you have to stop using AI as a mere tool, but treat AI and ChatGPT as a colleague, someone who you work with. And that's exactly what we did here. We had a back and forth of brainstorming ideas, and then something good came out and I jumped on that and I kind of built on that. That's, in my opinion, the best way to use AI and ChatGPT. So that was good. And then it generated page per page, panel per panel, all of the different scenes for my comic strip. Okay, so let's take one, page 3, panel 5, visual, the lights flickers, screens goes dark, Bobby froze mid-pose. So basically that's all I needed. So I said, that sounds good. Now help me draft the 10 prompts for Sora. Start by a general prompt introducing the characters as I upload them with their reference portrait. So there you go. Thought for about 6 seconds. Now I have my 10 different prompts right here. Let's take one, for example, here. Yeah, this one, outdoor daylight, generate Bobby posing under a large oak tree in natural daylight with a battery-powered camera on tripod just behind him. Okay, so I'm not going to spoil it. I want to show you how we generate all of these images based on pretty much these prompts, slightly tweaked by me once I got into Sora. So I think we are ready for step 3. In this step, which is the most fun step, we are going to create every panel of our comic strip, okay, one by one. For this, we are going to be leaning on the prompts that ChatGPT just gave me, and we're going to do most of the work in Sora. So you will discover this platform maybe for the first time, but we'll start the very first one, the very first images in ChatGPT, and you will understand why in a second. So let's get back to ChatGPT and let me show you my prompt. So what I did, I uploaded the 3 images of the 3 characters, okay, so these in the same consistent style, and I gave a general prompt, kind of like a context prompt. I said, let's create a few panels for a comic strip starring Ronnie, Tianyu, and Bobby. General context, Ronnie lives in Spain and they had a nationwide power outage last week. So let's explore that as the main drama of the story. Panel 1, create a group portrait of Ronnie, Tianyu, and Bobby, the husky, in a bright studio. Use these reference images, Ronnie portrait, Tianyu portrait, Bobby portrait. So these are the names that I gave to these 3 images. Okay, once they were downloaded, I renamed them to give them these names. Okay, because I believe ChatGPT can recognize the name of the uploaded media. Show a camera and lights in the background. So it gave me this image right here. And you see, it's not great because it's cropped. So my ear is cropped, Tanyu's ear is cropped, and we don't really see the full thing. But I do have a photo that I can use as the next reference. So what I did, I downloaded this image. Again, I saved it. And then I moved over to Sora. So Sora is another app by OpenAI, okay? The URL to get here is sora.chatgpt.com, all right? You will land on this explore page, the first first tab right here in Sora. So this is still my paid ChatGPT account. Okay, so if I go to my plan, you see it's plus, but free users can also access Sora. Let me show you. So this is my ChatGPT free account. You see this free account, my plan. I don't have a plan, so upgrade plan, upgrade your plan. You see, this is my current plan, so the free plan. So just to make sure we are on the same page here. If you click on Sora right here in the panel, in the left side panel, you will land on the same website. So you'll see the same explore page that you can explore videos and photos generated with Sora. If you click on images, you will filter your explore page for only photos. So this is a great tool. I'm not going to get into the details right here. There's a bunch of things you can do from here. We cover them in the course, but for now, I just want to show you how you can generate photos even if you are a free user with Sora. So what I did right here, I uploaded from my device this image, okay? The image of the three of us. So this one right here, I uploaded that as my reference and I pasted the following prompt. This is Ronnie, the cameraman, Bobby, the husky who aspires to be a chef, and Tianyu, the AI expert. They are doing a photo shoot for their new online course. Bobby will be the model, Ronnie the cameraman, and Tianyu the prompt expert. Generate in the style of modern kawaii comic page, panel 1 and panel 2, okay? And then I give a description of panel 1 and panel 2. So this is pretty much it. You have a few options right here. So I want to generate an image. I'm not sure if you can generate videos with the free version of Sora. It's pretty new that we can generate images. The aspect ratio, I want the 2:3 aspect ratio. The number of iteration of variation, I can go up to 2. In order to generate 4, you will need a ChatGPT Pro account, not even a Plus account, a Pro account. So 2, I guess, is the maximum. And then you have your presets here. I'm going to leave this on none because I don't want any presets. So I'm going to remix this photo. This feature is called remix. When you upload a photo and you kind of remix this original photo into something different. So the panel 1 should be a group portrait of Ronnie, Tianyu, and Bobby the husky in a bright studio. And panel 2, on that same page, Bobby the husky in full medieval knight armor, standing proudly in a stone hall with a torchlight. Tianyu is yelling, dressed as a medieval knight, and Ronnie is behind the camera filming. So let's see. All right, so I see my photo is kind of queued right here, photo shoot trio. So if I click here, I can see that my images are being generated. It's going to take a while, and I believe priority is given to the paid ChatGPT users, as always with OpenAI, but we are already at 19%. I don't want to lose too much of your time, so I'm going to cut the video and come back to these images when they are ready. All right, so the photos are ready, and I can see them. See, there are two different panels here. The first one, this one right here, we see the trio right here, kind of shaved a little bit of Tianyu's head, and then dressed as a medieval knight. Okay, that is correct. The photo camera is here. We don't see myself in the shot, but oops, I lost them. Let's get back to them. If you lose your media, just go back to my media right here, and you should see both of the panels. So this is the second version. So Ronnie, Tianyu, and Bobby right here, dressed as a medieval knight. We have a different version of it. Okay, so this is pretty good. And this, again, was generated with the free version of ChatGPT. So now free users can also use Sora to generate images. I'm not sure about videos. I haven't tested that, but you can try for yourself. Instead of image, try videos here, see if it works. All right, so for the rest of the story, I'm going to come back to my paid account right here because I have generated all of the panels based on the different prompts that ChatGPT generated for me. So this is page number 2 with panel number 3 and 4. So a husky from the future. We see the husky dressed as a futuristic spaceman. Next is the husky making the pizza dough in a modern kitchen. Okay, so we see Tianyu's face changed a little bit. He lost the mustache and the beard, but we could probably work on that. And then I continued prompting. This is the scene where the power goes off, okay? And they are all in the dark and we can see their silhouettes right here. So this is a pretty cool cool one. It's full page. There's no text. And then we can see the workaround on this panel. So that should do the trick. We have a little generator. We work with a laptop and a camera on battery. Okay, good thing we can shoot outside also. So this text box should not be on this panel. Actually, it should be on this one panel. Okay, so this was the 2 pages I wanted to generate here. So one would be the one with the generator, one panel. Other panel on the same page would be this one. According to my prompt, it generated it on 2 separate pages. Sometimes this will happen. This will not be an exact science. And by all means, if you want to see the full process of generating something like this, I highly recommend you purchase and dive into the course, because in the course, we have included all the prompts that we use. So there are multiple Canva presentation with all the prompts that we have been using in the course, with all the slides and all the results. So you'll see it's super well done. You have everything there to copy the prompts, paste them into either Sora or ChatGPT and try for yourself. So we believe it's really the best way to learn is by trying for yourself, tweaking the prompts and continuing the work based on the prompt that we provide. So make sure if you buy the course to download these downloadable resources, they are called on Udemy. That's all included in the course. All right, back to our comic strip right here. So these are all the panels, okay? The last one, I think we've got everything we need, guys. So we see the different variations of Bobby as a knight, as a spaceman, Bobby the chef, outdoor, etc., etc. So the last panel, as soon as the power comes back, the team published the course on Udemy and they are celebrating right here. And for the last one, I tried to prompt something different to see the thumbnail of the course. Okay, let me show you full screen. But I uploaded the thumbnail. Let me see a remix of this prompt right here. Edit remix. So this is the prompt. You see, I uploaded the course thumbnail and then I said last panel, full page. We see the thumbnail of the course with an iMac screen, the text saying, try our course on Udemy for only $9.99. Okay, I used the remix and it created these images, which is not bad, but it's a different style. Like it's indeed the style of the thumbnail, but it doesn't really match the vibe of the rest of the comics, right? So I would have preferred to insert the thumbnail in the style of a comic. So this one maybe is a bit closer to what I'm trying to do, though not super close. Okay, so I'm going to edit this remix and try something else. So last panel, full page. Maybe let's try still in the style of modern kawaii storytelling. Okay, we see the thumbnail of the course. Okay, let's try this. So I'm going to remix again. So you see it will be added to the queue. So it's generating right here. I believe if you are a ChatGPT Pro user, you can put 4 different images in that queue. Me as a Plus user or even as a free user, I can only generate 1 image here, 2 versions of the same image at the time. So it's going to take a bit of time, but it's going to be ready soon. In the meantime, we can kind of have a last look at everything here. And I'm going to start downloading the best one. So here, kind of like this one, the first panel is good. So I'm going to download this first panel. So you see there's a download button. I'm going to download this one right here. Perfect. It's going to be in my downloads. Next panel, Husky from the future. So prefer this one, but Tianyu's face is better here. And here making the pizza dough. I like that it's me prompting here instead of this one. So let's download both of these. Okay, download here. Because you'll see in the next phase, we'll be using Canva to kind of remix and rearrange everything we have created here. So this one, definitely, yes, download. So I found a shortcut for downloading. The 3 little dots, click on them, download, click and download. This one as well. There you go. This one is also pretty good. Download, and let's see if the remix is done here. Okay, so it's done, but it's not great, but it's okay. I'm going to work with this for the sake of this tutorial. All right, try our course on Udemy for only $9.99. Perfect. All right, so I think I'm ready for the next step. All right, guys, we are almost there. In this step, we are going to bring everything into Canva, okay, all the images we've generated, and start designing our comic strip. So let's go ahead and do this. So I want to continue the same format Tianyu used for generating his comic. Okay, so this one right here, I have the document right here that Tianyu shared with me. This is a LinkedIn carousel format. Okay, so this is good. I'm just going to duplicate this document right here, make a copy. Okay, open this. There you go. Make sure I am inside that document. So now I'm going to rename this. So I would call this Shooting the GPT-4o Master Course Comic. Okay, LinkedIn carousel. Perfect. So I don't need the content really. I'm just gonna keep one to make sure we have everything. I'm gonna keep the last one there, which has the course call to action. The QR code is not gonna work anymore because we are already emitting the second coupon. So don't worry about this one. And I'm gonna delete all of these pages, but just duplicate this one. So Control C, V. Okay, so we have created our structure or the white pages. This one is going to go eventually, but for now, this is where we are. So I'm going to go to my uploads, use the upload file button, and I'm going to upload all of this and then all of this too. There you go. So just went large and uploaded all the panels, the characters and everything. So I have all the material I need right here inside Canva. So I'm just going to speed up the video slightly so that everything is uploaded. Okay, all my media are uploaded. So I can start with the panels, right? So let's click on the first one, this one right here. All right, so this one is first page. It looks pretty good. All I'm going to do is to simply make it bigger, make sure it's centered. And what I could do, you see the color here, this beige color. I'm going to make my page this exact color. So I'm going to click on the background, use the color button and extract the color with the color picker. There's a beige here. I'm not sure if this one is the right one. I prefer to be entirely sure. And something else I want to do is to give this comic like an outline. So I'm going to select the image with my two panels and click on the border style. I want a border. Let's make this 10, maybe 8. 8 sounds good. And let's keep the edges straight. Okay, I have page 1. This is pretty cool. Let's move on to page 2. And I'm going to use the same color, apply the same color to the background and change all so that all my pages now have become this beige base color. Okay, so that was page 1 where Ronnie and the team basically introduces themselves. And then now we have dressed as a medieval knight. So that's the first one. Let's go to page 2, upload. And yeah, page 2 was, yes, we have this one and this one. Okay, so we have two different panels here. I'm going to put this one on page 4. I need to make some decisions here. So I like this image better than this one. I mean, the husky character. Now, I think I prefer this version of Tianyu versus this one right here. So is there a way I could kind of remix and have the other Tianyu on this image? So this Tianyu, but with this husky dog right here. I'm going to try. I don't know if this is going to work. Definitely this one is cropped, so I'm going to be using the other one. So this one. So there is a few sets of features in Canva, but you will need Canva Pro in order to access these features. These are the Magic Studio features, the AI-powered features. So for those of you who don't have Canva Pro, fortunately, you won't be able to follow this part of the tutorial, but I'm gonna leave a link with a free Canva Pro trial for 30 days. So if you want to try, you can still use the link, get Canva Pro for 30 days, completely for free, and you will be able to follow along. On top of getting the 30-day free trial, you are supporting us as creators as we get a little financial kickback from this transaction. All right, so let's try it. So I'm selecting this image, okay, select it, go to your edit button and try a feature called Magic Grab. Magic Grab allows you with a brush, a click, or simply using the AI to identify what's in the background, what's in the foreground. Okay, so me, I'm gonna use the click to select the husky right here. And I'm gonna try to select the base right here. Yeah, I could. I'm gonna grab that and this should detach the husky from the image as per magic. You see, this is what it does. Like I could detach my husky from this image. So I'm gonna Command X to cut the husky and bring it here. But first, I need to kind of make space for the husky here. I'm going to paste the husky first, okay? So it's pasted. You see, I cannot just put it on top of the other one because we can still see the one in the background. So I'm going to reduce the size of this husky for now and do the same thing. I'm going to go edit with the image selected. Let's try Magic Eraser, which is another feature. Works the same way. You can either brush on the part that you want to erase, or you can click. I'm going to use click because I believe the AI is going to recognize this husky. Absolutely. So it recognized my husky. I can now erase it with the button. And Canva should kind of rebuild the pixel. There you go. The husky is gone. This is amazing. I can just go back and grab this husky right here now, make it bigger, and just put it right here where it needs to be. And there you go. I have this image right here. So I will need to reduce the size of this husky slightly more. Okay, so it doesn't come and hide the little bubble here. So in order to do this in a clean way, I need to keep editing this other image right there. And I need to erase that part right here. So I'm going to go to Magic Grab this time and see if I can get rid of this part right here. Yes. So I'm going to grab that with Magic Grab. And now I should be able to move it. There you go. So perfect. Can position my new husky right there, like so. And this is all in all pretty good. Nobody's gonna know. Nobody's gonna know. I need to select everything and group, and there you go. Now I have grouped my second page of the comic right here. I would love to have Ronnie instead of Tianyu here. I'm not sure I can do this because I don't have like the lower part. So I could just go back to Sora and reprompt and have Ronnie holding the light. I'm not gonna do it for now because I want to save your time. So I'm just gonna move on to the next step. Okay, so next step would be to make sure my panel is at the same size on the page. So for this, I'm going to use the rulers and guides. So if you don't see any rulers and guides, you can go to File, go to your settings, show rulers and guides. And the shortcut is Shift R. Go Shift R will show your rulers and guides. So I'm going to grab a ruler from the top and bring it exactly where my frame is hitting right here on my page. And I'm going to do the same on the sides. Okay, so I know exactly how big my panel, my page here, my comic strip should be. So like so. And then making sure this is correctly centered. Okay, perfect. I could use the copy style button. So I'm going to select this two first panel that have the outline, use the copy style and come here and paste. So there you go. I have the same outline. I can get rid of the rulers and guides. So Shift R to show you the first two pages. So there you go. That's really what I'm doing here. I'm going to do the exact same thing for the other pages. I'm going to skip forward because you don't need to see the same process again and again. But I want to show you the final outcome. So here we have this little bubble that I told you when I was discovering the image. It's not on the right panel, right? So I'm going to try to delete it by doing the same process. Okay, I'm going to go with Magic Eraser and click. Hopefully I can select that one bubble right here. Let's see, clicking on it. Yep. Should be good. I'm gonna click on that little thingy right there that was forgotten in my image. There you go. Yes. So I'm gonna erase this and Canva should rebuild what's below this image. There you go. We have a little something going on here, but I'm gonna roll with this one. Okay. So these features that you see here, background remover, the background generator, Magic Eraser, and Magic Media, all of these are pro features or paid Canva features. So you won't be able to access them unless you are on a pro plan for Canva. All right, I think I'm done. So what I'm going to do is to show you the entire comic. So this is page 1. Page 2, and you see here where I kind of like inserted this image into the other one to kind of mix the two, making the pizza dough. Okay, this is the one where everything goes dark. This is where that should do the trick. The generator, we got rid of the bubble that was here. It was supposed to come on this image right here. Good thing we can also shoot outside. Okay, and then the image of Tianyu saying, we have everything we need, guys. Okay, we have everything we need. Okay, so I should have removed that part as well, or maybe just got rid of this one, say something else here. I could still edit this with Canva, just remove the text, add some new text, and then celebrating as the power came back and the team could publish the course on Udemy. And so this one is kind of a remix of the last slide. Remember that didn't look like the vibe of my comic strip, so I managed to get it to kind of match a bit better. So this is the cat at the beach actually seeing the thumbnail of the course and that the course is live. Okay, so discover our new AI master course, GPT-4o image generation. That's it, guys. This is how you generate a full comic strip, or short one, I agree, with ChatGPT and Sora. I hope you enjoyed this. Remember, the course is right there for you to try. There will be a link in the description of this video. It's a 5-day coupon. To get it at $9.99, I believe, would be the lowest price on the platform. So yeah, and if you are not among the first 5 days, you'll still get access to the course via this link, so it's still gonna work. And if you take the course, please leave us a review once you're done following it. We would highly appreciate that. Thank you for sticking until the end. Thank you for purchasing the course. I guarantee you won't be disappointed. I will see you inside the course.